Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Tech Talk, where we get to talk to teachers and see what kind of technologies they're using in their classroom. Very excited today. We have Pauline Mendoza, math teacher from Walnut High School. Pauline, thank you so much for being here with us today. Why don't you take a second and tell us how you got started here in Walnut Valley?
Of course. Thank you for having me. So I started my time here at Walnut Valley as a student. I'm actually a Walnut High School alum. And after that, I went to do my bachelor's in Santa Cruz in math. I came back and got my master's in teaching credential from USC, and I started my teaching career at Gardena. And then the long drive was surely getting to me, and an opportunity came up here at Walnut, and I was super excited to jump on that. And I'm happy to be back at my home and working in the community that I'm from.
Full disclosure for everybody here, Pauline is a former student of mine. I had her in geometry freshman year. So as soon as I heard she was becoming a math teacher, this was like a no-brainer. I feel like I worked years to help keep telling, come on, apply, apply, apply. So finally something opened up. So I'm happy you're back at Walnut High School, and I know the students are excited to have you there too. So the other day I was on Instagram, and I saw, this was sort of what triggered me asking you to be on here, is I saw you did some sort of activity where you sort of gamified a lesson in geometry. So can you go ahead and share some of that with us?
Yes. So I do teach a unit on transformations, and usually transformations can be like kind of dry, where they're just memorizing formulas and graphing. And so I had students create a video game where they had to describe the transformations that are present in their video game and how transformations help game designers create movement in their games. And so once they create their video game, they were able to publish it on the Scratch website. And so here is someone's game, Dodge the Stars. Oh, clearly I could not dodge the star. Oh, sorry. Why can't I move? Okay, use left, right, up, down. But anyway, here's the video game. And as you can see, like the students have to describe that there's like rotations from the stars translating. And so each of the students created a game. They were in a team, and their team presented it at like a game time launch party. And so I have these little pictures here, which it was kind of cool. They made like a poster board where they described the transformations in their game. So it's still like math involved. They had to write it in terms of like an equation. And then here's people like playing their game. Mr. Jax is right here. And so then they had to practice like explaining what the math was in their game.
So what made you use Scratch? Because that sort of coding element, that's kind of new to me. Like what triggered you to do like a Scratch thing for? Because when I taught reflections, you probably remember, it was the boring, oh, XY, if we're reflecting, it's YX. So what made you do this?
So in my, I think it was like my first or second year as a teacher, I went to this project-based learning PD. And so this like project was actually in that PD. It's called PBL Works. And so they kind of show you that Scratch can be used for that. And I think it's like a level 1 of coding. Like it doesn't necessarily use like actual typing out the codes. It uses like block codes. And I appreciate that because like some of the whole game itself, the platform is built on like a XY coordinate. Like this is all XY coordinate. Mm-hmm. And so the X values are like match the coordinates that it would be if it was just like a regular plane. So it's embedded already with math in the program, and it's free.
So that's just a drag and drop. They're dragging from the left and dropping?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And then like for translation, I asked them to use like the change X by, so they're understanding like movement to the right is positive X and movement to the left would be like negative X. So it matches.
So when I got my Chromebooks. One of the things I want to start doing was kind of like how am I going to incorporate technology into this? And with geometry, there's a ton of stuff out there. GeoGebra was the first thing I used. I started using Desmos as sort of like almost like opening activities for the students to kind of explore how how like things are going to be coming up in that lesson. And you were saying earlier that you're also using Desmos. Can you kind of talk about that for a little bit?
Yes. So I use Desmos every day, and I really like it because I can do like a check-in activity. I use it mainly as a check-in where students can check their homework and ask questions, and then I also use it like as a warm-up and to post my homework. So, for example, like on Thursdays I do Thankful Thursdays. Students can like share what they're grateful for, and like I can respond. Like I told this student like congrats, and then like I post the homework, they can click on it. It's like a Google slide, and they can ask me which ones they have questions on. And then sometimes, depending on the time, like I'll go over the ones that most students ask for, but it also helps me like realize which ones are the ones that the kids are struggling with. And then Desmos has a lot of really cool formats. And so this warm up was a matching. We did classifying triangles. And so I can see their progress, which ones they understand, which ones they don't understand. And I can also give them feedback right here in live time, which I appreciate. I can also put my learning targets or like objectives of the day there as well so that they know what we're doing today. And then sometimes I'll put like such the main ideas of like the topics of the day. And then at the end, I have like their homework. So I like using this because I can control what they see at the same time at the pace that I want them to. And then also like for students that are absent, they can always just hop on and at least get like a little preview of what we missed. They can always go and see the homework solutions if they can't find it another way. So yeah, this is like what I use every day.
What do you think students think of like using more technology, especially in a math class where everybody thinks math is more like just paper pencil? What's that like for them?
I feel like it's kind of a mixture of both. And sometimes I feel like they don't realize that they're learning skills that they're gonna apply to their future, like especially after high school as they go into college. Even like typing, like math typing. So many of the assessments now, especially like the state assessments or college courses, are all online. So they're like practicing how to type math sometimes when I have them. Um, and actually, one thing that I noticed when I came to Walnut was how I thought the students of Walnut would be more used to the technology. But when I first started doing Desmos here, my first year, a lot of them hadn't like really are not very familiar with it. And so that was like pretty eye opening. So I think I'm exposing them to technology, how to use their Chromebook, which I think is like beneficial to them.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% there. It's kind of a little disheartening to still hear that because when I got my class set of Chromebooks and my students started using them, I was like, well, you guys don't know how to do this? And that was like probably 7, 8 years ago, maybe even 10. Jesus, I'm getting old.
Because I came after like the whole online school of Zoom and stuff. And so I thought they were like seasoned in that sense a little bit, but not as, I think it's better now. But at first I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah, I definitely moved away from, and I'm glad you're using Desmos because what you mentioned it earlier, it is part of the SBAC now, and I was more GeoGebra, but as soon as they went Desmos, it was the same thing you were saying. It's like, hey, let's help these kids prepare for the test so they're comfortable using the same tool. So I do like that. All right, let's kind of shift gears here now. You were probably, I don't know, you might have been a senior, maybe a year or two out. But the big thing for math, I still remember, was when photo math came around and you could take a picture of a problem, very basic problem, and it would solve it. And that was like end of the world for math teachers. But now, obviously, with AI over the past few years, it's kind of even gotten, it's amazing. I watched my daughter take a picture that had like text. It was a very complex problem. Yeah, I was just shocked. And I said, there's no way AI is going to be able to solve this because you have to read it. and it did. Um, which is it's amazing where we've gone with technology. So I just want to kind of focus in on AI this year. So get opinions of teachers. So first of all, what's your thoughts on AI in the classroom for students? And then if you want to answer the other order, it would be like, do you use AI to help prepare for lessons or anything like that?
Yeah, I think it's hard for us to like have our students refrain from using it when it's so accessible to them. So in conversations with my students, I'm honest with them. Like I know that there's all these resources out there that can give you the answers. So what I really care about is like, do you understand what they're doing? If anything, it can help as like a tutor. Like imagine being stuck at home, not being able to do your math homework, and then AI can help you get the solution. But like at least use it in a positive way where they're using it to like help them understand. I rather a student come with that versus like not attempting the homework at all. And also like I feel like I'm a little older for the AI generation too, so I'm barely learning how to use it. And I just learned that it could help for like resources and stuff. And I'm interested into learning more about that and actually like applying that. I think it'd be great, but I don't have too much experience with it.
Yeah, just as a district, we're kind of working on all these different things for it, and I think it's good because our team kind of has somebody from every sort of grade level and subject. So like right away, I'm always jumping in, like obviously from the math position, and I usually start with geometry for some reason, but I'll always go in there and just kind of say like, and it's actually getting really, really incredible. There's programs that'll actually read my handwritten notes and generate a test for me.
Wow.
Yeah. And there's a lot of tools out there for kids. So, we are kind of pushing that out to the teachers because like you said, there's a lot to learn out of that. What about the department as a whole? Like, how are we feeling there?
I think I don't want to speak for them, but what I have observed is like obviously what we've been doing in the math department has been working because our students do so well. So I think maybe like the new maybe can be a little intimidating or because of like the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be hoping that they'd be open to like trying those new things, but I think maybe with like some PDs or like actually like sitting down and some opportunities to learn how to use those things, maybe they'd be more open to AI and things like that.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's I remember when ChatGPT first came out, it was like block everything, close it.
Yes.
It's like we just have to figure out ways on how to get students to use it, like you said,
The
responsibly.
right
And I
way.
think, yeah, I think you're on the right track with that.
And
So
like on that sense too, like I'm also in school now too, and they'll say like if you're gonna use ChatGPT, you just make sure you cite it or let them know like, hey, this is from this. So yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing, and I think the world knows that it's there, so we have to teach our kids how to use it in the best way
yeah.
possible.
Well, I think, and this is what I've learned. I just did a training and I had it make a quiz for the group of teachers I was presenting to, and they're like, wow. And somebody goes, can you make it into Spanish? And
Hmm.
so I wrote the question of like, can you turn this into Spanish? And all it did was turn the word this into Spanish. So, and I think
They're a little literal.
yeah, I think I said this to you when you were in my class, probably is like a calculator is only as smart as the person who uses it.
Yes.
And I think that's where we're at with AI right now. And I think like you have the right idea of teaching these kids responsibly, like how to get it so it gives you the right answers back.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So yeah, hey, that was good. Hey, Pauline, I enjoyed talking to you, but I always like to get to know people, and I had you as a student for a whole year, and then did you TA for me your senior year too?
No, I was in sports and other curriculars, but I did stop by a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, just to sort of get to know you type question for everybody that doesn't know you as well. What types of movies do you like to watch?
I like action movies, Like Fast and the Furious, Transformers. Those are like my favorite movies. Cars kind of too.
Have you seen
So,
all the Fast and Furious movies?
absolutely. Like I love
Okay.
the one when they go to Brazil. That one's awesome.
Okay, this is gonna shock you. I haven't seen one.
Wow, you have to watch that one. That one's Fast 5.
And being that I was a kid in the 80s, I refused to watch the Michael Bay Transformer movies.
Which is
because they don't look like the Transformers they're supposed to.
So you want the cartoons that they now have?
I do. I will say Bumblebee was good. Did you watch Bumblebee?
I haven't watched that one, no. But they are releasing a new set of Transformers that are cartoonish.
I saw the trailer for Transformers 1 and it sort of piqued my interest a little bit, but then it looked a little. Oh, you saw Transformers 1?
Like the real life one? Yeah.
Oh, no, not the cartoon one that just came out.
No. It's already out?
Yeah. So I saw Bumblebee, and then I think there was supposed to be one afterwards. The Beast Wars ones, whatever. I don't know. But yeah, I don't like the Michael Bay ones. That's interesting. I never knew you liked action movies.
Yeah.
And
like Taken, I love Taken. That's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
You've never seen Taken?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Is that the one with Liam Neeson?
I don't know actors' names.
Oh, I don't know, Pauline. Jeez. But okay, so a lot of these movies came out when my kids were young. So
very young. Oh, you're busy taking.
And Fast and the Furious, it's a fast car. How many times can you redo the same movie?
There's always different types of missions.
Okay. Didn't they have a spin-off of that with The Rock and
yeah, it's like The Rock and that guy, yeah. I didn't watch that one.
Isn't that part of the family of movies?
No.
Oh.
Wait, The Rock comes out, but then they made one with like, I can't think of the other guy's name, but it's about them too.
Yeah. Whatever. Pauline, this is why I don't, yeah. Because there's like 9 of them, aren't there?
I think, yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's why I just watch until Fast 5, and then that's fine.
Oh, is that it?
There's more, but I like Fast 5 and after that.
No, I mean, but that's where you stop. You're like, you recommended up to 5, and then you're like,
yes. Then it started going a little too much.
The first one where I thought it was like, this is a little much was when it was like Tokyo Drift.
Oh, that's the best one, Tokyo Drift.
Are you serious?
I love Tokyo Drift.
Okay. Pauline, I really enjoyed talking to you. Always fun to catch up with a former student, especially one, you come in, you're a teacher, you're just killing it right now. I know the students really appreciate you. Teachers appreciate you. We appreciate you. So thanks for coming on. Thanks for taking some time. And everybody, thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time. Thanks.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.